So let's start with a religious
You know,
symbol,
when I said
and
that
that is an ancient Phoenician god
those
that was
people
very
who are
important in the Middle
following
East some
Christianity, they are idol worshippers. Those people who are following Roman Catholic, they are idol worshippers. And the worst part of it is that you are worshiping the kind of idol that you don't know what it does. You don't know where it is coming from. You don't know, how to appease it. And that is the reason why in our land there is too much churches and it is not actually yielding fruit to anyone. It is not helping anybody. Rather, it is killing the destiny of our people, the motivation of our people. It is demoralizing our people, teaching them how to be lazy. I want you to listen to this video that I am about to show you, and you will understand the reason why we are actually crying and calling you to come out of paganism, because all these things are paganism. I am not trying to be prejudiced against those who are into Roman Catholicism, but I want you to listen to the white man himself, because I believe that you prefer to hear it from a white man than hearing it from your own, because you will believe that I am jealous. That is the reason why I am talking about these pastors, because they worship what they know nothing about. And we are on the quest to to cleanse our land, to remove everything that is paganism in our land. It is very, very important, because that is part of the reason why we cannot go anywhere. And as long as we continue to be in the denial of what we are and whom we are, we will never go anywhere as people. We are the Israelites. We are the Israelites. We are the owners of the Bible, which Christianity came to use against us. In the wrong hand, that book does evil. So those books went into the wrong hand, and they were used to actually destroy our minds and make us, brain lazy. But it is high time for our people to realize that all the things that was told to you, using the same book that is belonging to our ancestor, it is now time to unlearn. It is now time for us to find a way to decolonize. We must understand that what we were worshiping through Christianity doctrine or through Catholicism, we were worshiping idol. And it is idol belonging to other people, other nations. Every idol you find in our land are belonging to other nations. The so-called local idol you call Arusi belong to Egyptians. That's why those who are practicing Egyptology are promoting it. When you tell them whom they are in the denial of it, because they want to.
So let's start with a religious symbol, and that is an ancient Phoenician god that was very important in the Middle East some 5,000 years ago. That god was called Dagon, D-A-G-O-N. Dagon was a fish god. Interesting how he has evolved into today's world of religion. Dagon is still very much alive with the world today. First of all, everyone knows that Christianity is founded on the worship of Jesus Christ. That is accepted around the world. And most people believe that the Vatican is the center for the worship of Jesus, the God of Christianity. However, millions of people also believe that the Pope of Rome is leading the Christians to worship Jesus throughout the world. But my question is, who is the Pope leading the worship of? The first symbol that I want to talk about is the headdress that the Pope or the Bishop of Rome wears. That headdress is very interesting and has quite a history to it. That Pope's headdress is called Pope's mitre. The Pope's mitre, we've seen it in many different shapes, but they're always basically the same shape. The Pope's mitre. It's an official headdress worn only by the Pope, or supposedly only by the Pope. But we need to understand that that symbol goes back at least 5,000 years. So what we need to know and what we need to keep in mind is that this strange and interesting headdress of hat that the Pope wears is impacted by a god named Dagon. Dagon was a god of the Philistines, and Dagon comes from the word dag, which means fish. So Dagon was a fish god. And here we have pictures of another fish god named Anis, same god, but was worshipped in different countries under different names. So we have a god who's half fish and half man, or men who wear the garbs of a fish in their religious celebrations. So here in the Jewish Encyclopedia, under the heading of Dagon, you will see a picture of the priest of Dagon, or the god himself, and he's wearing a fish head and the body of a fish down his back. So now we see the Pope's headdress. On the top is the Pope's mitre. But when turned, you then see he's actually wearing a fish head, the fish god Dagon, because he's representing the worship of an ancient Phoenician god. So this is why today Christians, on the back of their cars, you will see, have a fish symbol, thinking that that's to denote them as Christians worshiping Jesus. No, it's a fish symbol because it's denoting Dagon, the fish god. The significance is Dagon was a very important mystical god to the ancient peoples in the Middle East, in Babylonia, Sumeria, Phoenicia, Canaan. And that very powerful mystical god is still dominating the spirit and the intellectual thinking of religion even to today. So it's not Jesus that's influencing the Vatican and the Pope. It's Dagon, the fish god. That's the importance of this. The point being is that religion comes to the world in the age of Pisces. And Pisces is, of course, the two fish of the constellation of Pisces. But Dagon is 5,000 years old.